On today's episode of MotoCheez.
The following movie is rated I.
Alright guys, who wants to win one of these 6-inch mini chainsaws? They sent me two. One's free to give away. The other's tested for longevity. The one you get will be in a box that has been never opened. Brand new, never used. I'll let you know how to win it later in the video somewhere to make it more mysterious. So we have the Sainlogic mini electric chainsaw. It actually has a brushless motor, 850 watt, and it's 21 volts. Comes with a nice hard case with a free 1-year extension on the warranty. Of course, the battery is lithium. Pretty good size user's manual. So it comes with an extra chain, safety goggles, charger, 2 batteries, some gloves. So that's it, and the saw itself. Yeah, it's a mark from Whitey. One thing I saw on this was it has a reservoir for the oil, and then you can pump it. Where a lot of them you have to oil the chain all the time, and that's kind of a pain in the neck. And it has a adjustable head on it, which is a pretty awesome idea. And I think this would be great to keep on a little motorcycle. Of course, you're only going to do, 6 inches of wood. That's what she said. Might do a little better if you hit it from both sides. She also said that. Pretty neat tensioning system on it. Some people take this safety guard off. I may. It just doesn't have a protector for the blade. So let's see what this thing is made of. Looks like a ABS type of plastic. There's a tensioner. It has a steel insert, which is good. It has an anti-kickback chain on it. I don't know if it has a bearing in it or not, but it's got a roller tip on it. I wonder if it has any kind of roller bearings. I don't see that too much on these less expensive saws. There's a little oil container here with a hand push oiler. Yeah, Whitey got me. And there's where the oil comes out. So this bar can be flipped because it goes through that little hole there, or if you flip it, it goes through the hole there. Line that groove up with this adjuster. It'll lay flat in there. Tighten this down. I always try to keep the bar up because that's the pressure you end up putting on it. And that's about it. A little loose. Let's try it with a not charged battery yet. It shows 100% on that battery. Guess that's why they don't have a gauge on here. Make sure we put some oil in this baby. Very important, having oil on these. Remove that battery before you decide to touch the chain. My Wally World Super Tech heavy duty bar and chain oil here. Oop. Overdid it already. I guess it doesn't hold much. Whoopsie. I guess that's what you're supposed to use this for. We'll try that next time. Don't worry, this wasn't a stiff sock. I made a little bit of a mess here. At least the excess pours out on the chain, not in the motor. Well, the way I had it anyway. Well, I hear it. Let's take this cover off and see how the oiler works. Oh yeah, it's working. Yeah, this oil gets messy. Pretty important if you want your chain to last. Definitely don't want your chain too tight or too loose. Also has a oil level indicator that I kind of overfilled. It does have a little safety you have to push before you push the trigger. Has some nice rubberized inlays on the handle. Let's fill this little bottle up. Almost did it again, boys. I'll get these batteries charged up and I'll wash my hands and see how this thing cuts. Imagine what your friends will think if you're out on a trail and you whip out your 6-inch chainsaw. Won't they be impressed? So it says 1.5 to 3.0 / 2.0 to 4.0 amp hour battery. It looks like a 2.0 to me from the size of it. But of course it could be a 1.5. They don't put the meter on the battery because it's on the saw. Does not say. So it's a 1.5 to 2.0. Somewhere in there, I guess, is what they describe it as. Here's the complete parts breakdown for it. Description of the parts on a chainsaw. Well, here's a tree down. Should try these gloves. They're a little small for me. Both batteries fully charged. Start with some little stuff here. Chain loosened up a little already. Lift this up a little. So it's like a real chainsaw. Cutting pretty good. Give it a pump once in a while. Blade loosened up a little again. See, that's running 100. A little bigger one here. I don't exactly know what's going on with this. Push it down. Not exactly sure, it keeps losing tension. Does cut pretty quick. This guard keeps lifting here. Not exactly sure why, but it'd probably be an easy fix if they had a little latch to hold this cover from popping off. see. Still showing 100%. So you gotta watch that tension. If it starts to fall, you undercut. It's performing good, but the tensioner is definitely, something's a little screwy. All that garbage from the bears getting in everybody's garbage bins. That's under tension. Watch. Not so bad because it's been sitting here a few weeks. It's going to be a full bar here. See how it does. Give it a few shots of oil. It's bigger than 6. A little bigger. Boy, this thing's hogging right through. Holy cow. Jam my blade, as you can see. Like, I almost think if I put a little tab to hold this from flipping up and out of the way, it might stay. That was bigger than the blade there. 6.5. Tensioner needs some work. Seems like the blade tension does good until you do heavy cutting or it gets stuck and jams. Then it pulls back on that tensioner. I wonder why that's doing that. Give her some oil once in a while, boys. Another 6-incher. Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly 6 inches. Cut's great. Just that chain tensioner. What's going on with this? Cuts so good too. Gotta open my trail back up, boys. Alright. That's one battery. Did quite a bit of cutting. The motor got hot? No, doesn't seem like it. I think it's the battery. It's the battery. Definitely not going to cut that one. Pinching, which means gotta go from underneath. Man, it does such a good job, except the damn tensioner. It definitely lifts the back of this up. Battery still says 100. It's like literally you just have to loosen that up, push this plate down and tighten it. Couldn't even do that if I did it from both sides. Easier to bring the excavator down. Let's see what the manufacturer has to say about that, but I mean everything else is excellent. Another big one. Watch for that gap to start closing, because I know it's under tension. Amazing. This thing really cuts incredibly. I mean, that was over 6 inches. Hogged right through her. Well, I got the majority of it. All I could do is this little bit, and it actually did a pretty darn good job, didn't it? Give it a pump every couple minutes. 10 or 15 cuts or so, I'd say. About 4 inches. It says down to 92. Down to 92, and I cut all the brush. Not bad, except for that tensioner. This wasn't so big. I tried to cut it in half, but I don't think I can even get through half of it. I could try. There's no way. Let's run the battery out. Yeah, it says 0. Did a pretty good job. About halfway through. For a handheld, this would have got really close to a 1010 if it wasn't for that tensioner on that chain. I'll take it apart and take another look at that, because when this is tight, that should not move that chain. And I got it pretty torqued. I mean, how tight are you supposed to put it? It's like 2 batteries use that whole reservoir of oil, the amount of times I was using it. I mean, there's still a little here, so there's probably just a little bit left. Yeah, there's a little bit left after 2 batteries. Sounds like metal gears in there. Guess we'll take it apart. Just Torx. So there's a control board. So it looks like there's a good hollow over here if I want to put something to hold that cover, but they use plenty of grease. There's your oil reservoir and your pump. Brushless motor. Uses ball bearings. Steel gears. Pretty good. Pretty good. I tighten it up good, but then this cover kind of gets picked up in the air and it loses tension. But then all I got to do is loosen it up, set it back down, and tighten it. So it's almost like it needs another screw here to stop that movement. Yeah. I mean, you could see I'm cranking it down. Put a dent. Maybe this isn't solid enough. Only tensioning that one little spot right there. So if this was filled in to hold that entire bar, there's nothing on the other side because of that tensioner. That's the only point holding pressure. And then it pushes against the back of this. But apparently it's just not enough. I mean, this, I would have gave this a 9 out of 10 because the way it cuts. Whoever wants to win this, tell me how I got that. Not only that, you got to give me at what time I did that and video. Doing giveaways this way gives more opportunity for people that watch my stuff. And if they watch my stuff, I'd rather have them win it than someone that just pulls a number out of a bag, you know. This is definitely the most powerful little hand saw that I've tested. So maybe it's just it has so much torque, because the other saws I've tested, I mean, you couldn't really put the pressure on the blade, it would just stall it, so you just have to keep lightly pushing. So maybe it just has too much power to hold this bar with this tensioner. I wonder if I should fill that in with hot glue, level it off, and then that'll give it a big platform to push against, because it's sliding back pushing that tensioner and the tensioner's having to stop it. I filled them holes with hot glue. They're hair higher because the only thing that held it was this little, them 2 little ears right there. Maybe that'll do it. If not, I'll put the screw in the back. Still seems to be moving. Yep. So I guess it needs that screw over here. See if it moves now. Yours may not do this, but I did some pretty heavy cutting. There, that's a 6-incher right there. Seemed to work. Guess that'll do it. Old cedar too, so it's a little harder. This thing's got a lot of power for a little saw. I think that's why I was having a problem. She good now. Just need a screwdriver to take it off if you're going to change the blade. So if they do something to fix this cover, it'd be a 9 out of 10, I think. So yeah, if you guys are looking for one, this thing would have been a 9 out of 10 if it wasn't for the tensioner. If you want it, the information's in the link down below. And good luck in winning it. So I think the performance is far above the others that I've tested of this size. Major fail though is this tensioner. Maybe they'll have an updated version where this is clamped down in the back like I did with that screw. When I took it apart, I looked in there and made sure there was nothing behind there. But as soon as I did that, the tensioner stayed. So is it a good deal for the price? It's up to you. That tensioner is very disappointing. Other than that, it performs way better than expected. Hopefully the people that make this product see my video and do some kind of revisions. Either way, thanks for watching. As always, hit that like button, subscribe, forward my videos to people that you think would like MotoCheez. That's right.
Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We'd love to hear what you have to say. Hit that bell if you want new notifications on new videos. Links for products used are in the description and on MotoCheez.com. Thanks for watching.